Travel smart, laugh often, panic responsibly. Ever stood in an airport, train station, cruise terminal, or hotel lobby and thought, I may have made a terrible mistake? Good news. You've just entered the world of First Class Fool, the hilarious solo travel series for nervous explorers, accidental adventurers, and anyone who believes packing light is a lie invented by people with staff. A solo city break sounds simple on paper. Book the trip, pack a bag, arrive somewhere pretty, and spend a few days wandering around like a person who absolutely meant to do this. In reality, the first hour can feel like a public exam in navigation, baggage management, and emotional self-control. That's exactly why the solo city break is such a brilliant place to start. It's short enough to feel manageable, busy enough to feel exciting, and full of small victories that quietly build confidence. The first rule of a successful solo city break is choosing the right city. Not the trendiest one, not the cheapest one, and definitely not the one described online as super walkable by someone who appears to think hills are a personality test. A good beginner city should have straightforward transport, a sensible airport or station transfer, accommodation near the action, and enough familiar infrastructure to stop you feeling like an abandoned suitcase with a debit card. If you can get from arrival point to hotel without needing a map, a nap, and a spiritual advisor, you're already winning. Once you arrive, resist the urge to turn day one into a heroic montage. The solo city break works best when you treat the first afternoon as setup, not performance. Check in, charge your phone, find water, locate food, and take a proper breath before attempting museums, landmarks, and any activity that involves public stairs. The goal is not to prove how independent you are. The goal is to land gently, get your bearings, and avoid the classic solo travel mistake of being tired, hungry, and weirdly proud of it. Navigation is where city breaks either become lovely or slightly embarrassing in a useful way. Metro maps are colourful lies until you learn their habits. Buses are fine until they are not. Walking is wonderful until you realise you have crossed the same square 3 times, with increasing confidence. The trick is to plan in clusters rather than zigzagging across town like a confused bee. Pick one area, do a few things there, and leave space for coffee, weather cues, and the occasional wrong turn that turns out to be a better street than the one you meant to find. Food is another big part of the solo city break experience, especially if you're the kind of traveller who can handle a border crossing but feels strangely exposed at dinner. Start with cafes, bakeries, food halls, or casual restaurants where ordering alone feels normal. Then, if you're ready, stretch into a proper meal. Nobody is keeping score. Eating alone is not a tragedy. It's dinner without negotiation. In fact, it's one of the great freedoms of solo travel. You can eat when you're hungry, stop when you're full, and choose exactly the place that looks good to you. By the end of a good solo city break, you should feel a little more capable than when you arrived. Not transformed, not fearless, just steadier. Maybe you found the right tram stop. Maybe you ordered lunch without overthinking it. Maybe you sat in a park and did absolutely nothing for half an hour, which is also a valid travel achievement. That's the beauty of a solo city break. It gives you enough space to enjoy the place and enough practice to trust yourself a bit more next time.